Go to the well. Yeah, it's fine. At least got full Numa. And, you know... Okay, it's going to be a 45-minute. Yeah, just head to Howler's Dell. Yeah, that's about 2 hours. There we go. Perfect. Oh, this is a new one. You spend a few minutes with Rico, but before you reach the square, someone clears their throat. You turn toward a man in his 50s with large hands, an elegant beard, and no hair. The stable master. Sorry. The stable master. He both introduces himself and answers an unspoken question. You frown and then realize you indeed saw him before, and your palfrey was nicely taken care of during your first visit to the village. Or rather, I'm one when 'tis necessary, but I'd rather grind flour, he says with annoyance. You do not think your beast waters itself, brings itself fodder from a storehouse, and cleans its own shit? Nay, take time and hay. If 'tis, he points at your companion, he's not gonna work for it, you better have a pouch at hand. You look behind you. The stables aren't much more than an open shed with a pile of planks, 2 donkeys, and a bunch of napping chickens. Would a dragon bone be enough? He nods. For one day? Aye, that's fair. Yeah, I'm kinda broke. Yeah, sorry, lad. He scowls at you, but points at an empty bucket and steps away. I fill the trough with water from the creek and make sure Rico is comfortable. I'm sorry, Rico. Now let's go to the main square. Where's the traitor? I come bearing a gift. When Axios notices your arrival, he tells the other villagers to give you some time private. I? About the potion. Did you get it? I only found this box. He raises an eyebrow, takes the box from your hand, and cuts the cord of a dagger. It's filled with rags wrapped around an earthenware bottle. It's small and closed with a tall wax seal inside, which you can see a thin stick. With a grin, he picks up the bottle gently, jiggles it, weighs it in his hand, and puts it on the counter. Great! Let's hope my little girl will not get herself swallowed by a dragon. So, we said 5 rings. It's yours. He smiles and looks for the coins in a large pouch. Thanks, oh bringer of good news. And now I have money. I bring goods to sell. Fuck. I do need to talk to the mayor, though. The guard informs you that she needs to look for her, so you sit down on a bench what waits for an eternity. With Thias joins you, she apologizes for the wait, though her voice and eyes are harsh. Well, let's talk about business first. I was in the Pelt of the North. The innkeeper feels uneasy about Glacia's band. When you mention the raids on the northern village, her eyes narrow. Are you sure? It's the first time I hear about it. Glacia's been around since years back, but she's not much of a nuisance. I'm just a messenger. He asked you to join forces with him. Well, I can't give you my answer. I won't ask our hunters to endanger their lives in the pursuit of gossip. Fucking yeah, sure, I'll ask. Ask around. She sighs with an exaggerated relief. What a splendid idea! There are only 3 villages in the north. White Marshes further north by the western road. Gale Rocks by the northern coast, and creeks in the far east. Bring me news from those places and you will get my answer. Yeah, that's a bit. You want me to hit 3 different villages to get you answers. She lets out a brief chuckle, but her eyes observe you carefully. And how much are you being paid, if I can ask? 3 dragons. And I'll pay you another 3. Fair? 6 dragons for... Fuck it, yeah. Alright, that's fair. I keep thinking, surely city folk don't eat just wild game, saltfish, and groats. What animals do people breed in nearby villages? Ibexes, really.
So just like in the old days. I even saw some of them in the city. They are annoyingly good at climbing onto roofs and walls. But more importantly, she adjusts her crest and smiles. It means our muffin, cheese, and wool are going to be quite a commodity.
Alright, and about the ruined village?
Her tense gaze shifts into an awkward click of her tongue as she leans away from you. I don't even want to think about their tragic fate. No one can negotiate with the wrath of the herds. A long pause. And I better not find you upsetting my neighbors with these sad questions. It was a challenging time for all of us. A wound we won't forget.
Alright, and the scavenger who was here before.
Ah, he's still alive, he says with distaste. He brought us some news from the north and paid off his debts to us. But he's an idler and a prattler. Drinks, too. The farther away he stays from here, the better.
Alright. And the weird tree? The one with the altar standing in front of it? She straightens up and raises her chin.
You mean Beholder, the guardian spirit of our wetlands. Every fall we bring in our gifts, and in return it provides us with blessed fruit. The flesh of the forest. She stares into your eyes. It's older than the oldest books and the oldest thoughts. The druids help us honor its sleep and show us how to ask for its help. Neither of these rituals, she scoffs, would be of use for you. Alright, no need to get snappy with me.
Alright. Let's see. Offer services. For 2 coins. Hey, more coins is 7 hours. Alright. How many, I've got about 8 dragons. I'm gonna call them dragons. Okay, so now we made a promise. We'll hit down to the Beholder tree and then head back to the village, and then we'll escort him back. And then from there, well, we have options. We have to head north anyway and start hitting these villages. So head north and hit west. You reach the crossroads. The tree is perfectly still and hasn't changed a bit since the first time you saw it. You think you see a moving root, but as you observe it, it lies still. Well, I still got 7 hours. Best I can tell, nothing's here. 45 minutes. Let's hit that. This is day 3. Alright, let's talk to the scavenger. Let him know. The entrance to the scavenger's hideout is open. You see scraps of metal organized in piles, while old furniture has been dismantled and loose planks and pushed into corners. Aye, roadster! The man looks tired and his beard is sticky, but he smiles at you. If you're ready, I'll start packing the tent. If you don't want to wait, start putting the iron on your mount. It'll be quicker. Just say the word and we can leave. Let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah, if you want to go south, it's the pelt to the north is right there. I mean, I see your point, but I've never been there. Will they afford my iron? Yeah. Fucking, let me see. Do they have how to pay for it? I need coins and a handy bunch that will walk south with me. And I need a new staff and bolts. I know the village. It's a nice place. Even has a smithy of sorts. I've had a chance to take a look, though. It's large, safe inn. They have enough well-equipped hunters to guide you south. I bet they'll barter service for iron. Well, it's a shorter path, I guess. Fewer spots to get surrounded by corpses. If you're sure it's the best option, fine. I trust the... Tell you what. Let's save. We'll first go to the pelt to the north, and if that doesn't really turn out... Alright, let's head to the pelt to the north. The scavenger keeps asking you to watch out for beasts and wraps the sharper scraps of iron in his cape. Folding the tent and putting it on your horse takes a while, and neither of you can sit down in a larger pile of sacks and bundles. There's a long walk ahead of you, but for Rico, it won't be much of a burden. Once you clear the room, you walk away. You hear only the burrs and horseshoes. Then, after just a couple moments, the man starts to whisper. Faster, eh? Apes are looking at us. You don't see any proof of that. Nothing we can do about it. That leads us to the southern gate. You move forward, slow down by having to secure the bundles in Rico's back and carry your own bags. After half an hour, the man asks for a break. Even though you shared your food with him, he's not fully recovered from days of hunger, but the farther away you get from the ruins, the more cheerful and talkative he gets, mostly speaking about what he needs to buy and how much he hated the damn place. Then, the beasts show up. Oh, fuck. Anga! Repair my axes. A loud bunch of griffins block the road near the pond. For you, their colorful furs and feathers don't look much different than the pack you faced in the valley days ago. There's still some distance between you and them, but it'll be crossed in less than a minute. There may be 20 beasts. Fuck! And this time, they pay you much more attention. They spread their wings and start to screech. Making a few leaps forward, your mount is too overloaded for you to turn away and get out of their range. Better hold our ground, groans the scavenger, preparing his crossbow and dagger. Alright, what's your plan? He shrugs. Not much to plan here. Just kill as many as we can, and if we're lucky, the rest will tuck their tails and scat. They won't kill all three of us, eh? They're just griffs. Quick save! Let's stand the defensive. He nods and blocks the road, the path between the beast and your mount, then raises his loaded weapon, moving his aim between the approaching creatures. Well, I gotta watch his back just in case they flank us. Shit! The man's arrow hits and stops one of the creatures, but it doesn't get by you much time. He realizes your plan and also gets closer to you. The semicircle of beaks and talons is hardly organized. One of the creatures simply leaps at you, and the others follow. For the next minute, you slice and dice whatever you can hit, filling the air with screeches and feathers. The sheer number of opponents overwhelm you more than once, and it's difficult to keep pushing them away with your free hand. Judging by the painful shouts, the scavenger is struggling, but is still alive. Finally, it all ends. Well, no, but not because of a lack of opponents. The two creatures you butchered are on the ground, but the others, some of them are hurt, have enough strength to run away. Their will is broken, yet the pack will go on, at least for some time. Your gambeson keeps you in one piece. The man spits on the ground. May apes and ibexes bang this place day after day. He leans forward, takes a few deep breaths, and looks at you. Roadster, we're a fine team, you and I. He laughs briefly. Ha ha. Let me draw my ballista and we can move forward. I just smile and try to ease Rico's thoughts. Better to keep moving. Whoo! Oh, that was a dangerous one. The man's sleeve and stomach are soaked with blood, but he tells you to ignore it. Once you get close to the pelt, he whistles enthusiastically. You weren't kidding, I. What a fortress. The guards open the gate and take care of the scavenger's bundles, in which Rico welcomes with a nicker. The man introduces himself quickly and asks to be brought some water from the well. Thank you, Roadster. I need to ask the innkeeper if he has any soap. I'm not going to chop off my damn arm. He clicks with his tongue. But like I told ye, if you want coins, you have to come back tomorrow. My pouch gets heavier. Ball can... But I can't, and would prefer to give ye the potion that repels Apeman instead. It's useful, but not as much in the south as it is here. Let's see. There's a potion to stave off the Apeman or 5 dragon bones. I'll take the money. I'll be here tomorrow or later. Don't leave before you pay me. 5 dragon bones. Don't worry. If anything, I can always leave them to the innkeep. I'll be here for at least a couple days, if you find me around. After all my recent camping, I'm gonna spend a few hours kissing this nice, strong wall. He starts to laugh and walks away, waving goodbye. Well, it's an armor. Well, I'm not dead, but I've got 8 coins. I'm gonna get 13. Plus another 6 when I complete this large task. You walk past the well and find a small open shed, not unlike the stable, but with a humble set of tables, carving tools, hammers, sharpening stones, pincers, knives, and other tools. As long as something can be solved by brute force, this place will find a way to do so. There are 2 people sitting on a long bench. The first one is a male, maybe inch-long hair, cleanly shaven face, a thin, long yellow tunic, bare legs, and sandals. He ignores your presence, sewing a gambitson with great concentration. The second person is a boy, maybe 15, who's wearing the crude outfit of a farmer. He glances at you, but soon returns to sharpening a long dagger. Hello. The man raises his head, but it's the boy who speaks, focused on his task. Hey, talking. Tell him what it is you need. The man smiles in confirmation, looking at the piece of garment in his hands, then looks around and shrugs, returns to you with raised eyebrows. Can you patch my clothing? He shakes his head and points at the uneven seams on his own tunic, and then grabs a crude bone needle and shows you its broken head. It wouldn't even if he had the tools, says the boy. But you can try in Howler's Dale or Gale Rocks. Alright. What trade do you offer? He nods, points at the laces in front of your jacket, raises his clenched fingers to his shoulders, then gently spreads and lowers them as if he's taken off a road. Is he a mute? Maybe. You follow his command and allow him to properly inspect your gambitson. After a few minutes, he gives it back and reaches for his pouch, pulls out one dragon bone, shrugs, then another, and waves both of them in the air, pursuing his lip. He makes speech-like noises with his empty mouth, groaning what sounds like, I don't know. I consider his offer. You know, for a single dragon coin, a little extra armor? Yeah, for an hour's worth. I could do another one, but I think 2 is good for right now. Alright. Go to the well. Wash. Oh, damn it. Alright, well, step away. Do I risk the travel? You know what? Enter the inn. Alright. Anything you have to eat? Yes, I fed them to our boar. I won't give them away for nothing. He tells you to wait, then leaves the building for a few minutes and returns with a wooden bucket and a long stick ending with a hook. Goes through the gate, turn left. You'll see a bunch of bushes. We need some berries. Bring me a bucket full. You'll be done in half an hour or so. Your horse could use a nap anyway, and I'll prepare something to fill you. The hook is not made of metal or wood. It's a long, curved claw, almost black. I reach for the tools. Half an hour. That's quite a lot for berry picking. Tools are cold, not too heavy. You notice a pair of thick gloves at the bottom of the bucket. Ah, the berries are not a problem, the innkeeper smirks. Unlike the snakes, better scare them away with a stick, or move them with a hook, and protect your hands. The little ones won't eat you, but don't get bitten. I'm sure you know how to be patient. Alright, fair enough. Let's head out and get some berries, eat some food, and hey, gives us something to do while we wait for nighttime. The innkeeper knew what he was talking about. You put on the gloves and look through the bushes from a safe distance. It doesn't take long before you notice the first serpent lying on a rock somewhere in the thicket. The creatures are not that large, and even if some of them hiss at you or slither closer, the jabs of the hook keep them at a distance. You don't know much about these berries. They are round and reddish. You wouldn't trust such a color even if you were looking for food in the wilderness. The plants don't have thorns, but the leaves are harsh, and you make sure to thoroughly cover your skin with your clothes. You have to look through many bushes to fill the bucket, but the presence of insects and snakes don't allow you to relax. Alright, gather the berries and head inside. About an hour 45. You return to the courtyard. 2 of the guards are participating in a friendly skirmish. The wrestling is accompanied by a crowd. Enter the inn. Windows are open while there's a few guards eating and drinking. The hall is clean. The innkeeper is leaning on the counter, dividing a small pile of dragon mounts. Something bothering you? Put the thing on the counter. Ah, food! Full! Great! He peeks inside the bucket. I've got cabbage stew with a few goose chunks for you. I'd serve it even to merchants, if there were any around. The worm is warm and filling. It's well seasoned and not overcooked. And like I've said, I rarely have food to spare, but feel free to ask if you ever stop by. You may be lucky, and I've been cooking my whole life. Thanks. And how did that old hook of mine work out for you? I see you still have your hands. It worked fine. Need anything else? What do you have for sale? I can go and pick up a few things for you. Some food for your travels to start with. Apples, nuts, sausage. Not too many at once. We need to maintain our supplies. I've got an elk fur I don't need. Its buyer was caught by a pack of red wolves. Nice for a sleeping spot. It's just as nice for a wall. An almost untouched soap. Priceless for a traveler. That actually wouldn't be nice. You can't tell if he's sarcastic. Made of fine oak ash. Strong, though you should have some better supplies before you start your own bathhouse. After you mention you'd like something more useful on these roads, he looks down. I don't have any blades or armor to spare, but if you pay well, you can take one of our crossbows and a bunch of corals, a yew-bow, wool cords, and the trigger just needs a little bit of oil. It's as good as you can get without soaking it in magic. It takes a bit of muscle to draw, but even a 16-year-old can handle it. I won't sell it cheap, but I'm ready to give it to a discount for a helpful ally. Alright, so we have a few things we can buy. We can buy some food rations. Fucking can't even afford the elk. Not even the crossbow. We will buy the soap, though. I feel like this box of soap would be useful. And I still have 6 left over. Do you have anything I'd like to buy? Or you'd like to buy? Nah. Alright, as for sleeping. Again, I have money now. I'll probably sleep in a room. And hey, I'm about to get 5 more, so then I'll be flat out 10. Yeah, I'll rent tonight. God, I've already gone through 2 days. The sounds of rain wake you up briefly, but you return to sleep and think about your plans. Riding in the mud is difficult. Rico will have a rough time, especially on unpaved ground. It may be a good day to take a break at the end. You hear a thunderous roar. You rise to your feet and rub the sleep from your eyes. The doors are opening. People are shouting orders and words of warning. As you open the window, you see what's behind the commotion. Something is on the other side of the wall, trying to get through. And the guards are fighting it off with their torches, spears, and crossbows. Thanks to the light, you see the large, furry paws placed on the top of the wall walk. As far as you can tell, the beast is but a single way from fucking... No, help them. You look for your gambits and a blade, but it's still a bit foggy in your thoughts. But once you find them, you struggle to get inside the jacket. As your habits kick in, you see the innkeeper right in front of you, holding a candle. You're a guest. Stay here, he says without a shadow of hesitation. My team has no time to worry about the outsiders. Just after his words, you hear cheerful laughter from the wall. Judging by the way they're pointing their fingers and lower their weapons, the beast is fleeing. Well, I shouldn't expect people will need my help all the time. Fuck. Never mind. Well, good news. I have a little more vitality, I've got full nourishment, and, I'm a little clean. The small room is quiet and far away from unwanted eyes. You take a calm bath, rest on a soft mattress, and look through the window. Enjoy the minutes of safety. In the morning, you find stool with a large wooden plate bearing an aromatic breast pig, 2 boiled eggs, a cup of buttermilk, and some ibex offals. Alright, take a look at the main hall, go outside. It was raining. Go to the well. Step away. You know what? I do need to enter the inn. Talk to the scavenger. Aye, Roadster. Need anything? Yeah, my money. Ah, and you should have it. You saved my life, or what's left of it. And if I could give you more, I would. But I need to pay the innkeeper for bones on my damn arm. You see, so here's as much as we said, 5 dragons. Alright, well, before you go, I've got some questions. Aye, we can talk. Go ahead. Alright. What can you tell me about the peninsula? You must understand, you're a roadster. People ask ye for help. They don't think you'll steal from them when they're in bed. He pats his head back. It's not the same when you're a drifter. They don't ask me to stay, to marry their kids, or to help them with harvest. They just ask if I plan to pay for the room or buy stuff. We talk for quite some time, though it's difficult to uncover the details in his tale. He claims he and his pack bird came here by boat, about which he refuses to speak. He landed just next to the Gale Rocks, a large fishing village on the northern shore. These people were irritable and unwilling to idly chat with him, but opened their mouths. After he helped them at a smokehouse, on sunny days, the locals hunt on the shore. When it gets dark, they hide behind the walls getting the fish. And when the weather goes to shit, they boil water for salt and put fish in it, then hop to the barrels, though I don't know how. They don't have many trees around. Then they sell the meat to the villages and places. He clears his throat for crops. I was told to stay away from white marshes, though no shell told me why. I joined a group of fish traders who were going to Old Pagos and its monastery. But I hate that place. Bah, everyone does, he shrugs. I traded there for a bit, but the villagers are cold. They spend days praying and talking on about their duty, and they're gray like an ashen worm. So I left once at dawn, me and my bird, and that wasn't a mistake. He was attacked by a short bear-like creature. He tried to run away, but following his bird was a bad idea. He fell over in the thicket, so the monster had time to get to him. I hit it with a bolt, but it wasn't enough. I kicked it so it bites my legs, tears my flesh away. I almost dozed off in the pain, but can you believe it? That lazy bird came back and charged at it with its beak. His dagger was enough to get through the surprised animal's belly, and it ran away. And how'd you survive with such deep wounds? The bird was patient. It let me lean on it. My ballista scared the griffs away, and we got to Howler's Dell. That's where I found the elders. They agreed to heal me, but only for coin, and told me it's an exception. After a few questions, you're sure that by the elders he means local druids, held by the village in great esteem. They didn't want to talk with me a whole lot. Said I'm impudent. His tone was filled with mockery. You hear that? I spend time with Dias. At least she wasn't so boring. You ask, Sorry, I've got something going on, and it's the middle of the night and I'm hearing noises. Thank you so very much for watching. Don't worry, if, I won't be dead. Hopefully. Take care, lads. Have a good one.